Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God. Hello, Jerome. You look so beautiful.
Hey there.
Ah, good to see you.
Oh, great to be seen. Great to see you, Kartika. Great to see you again. I saw you the other day with Coach Nandini.
Yes, yes. You know her?
How, no, how was that? How was that conversation? How'd you enjoy it?
Oh, it was so good. It was really, really good. And we have Karuna on our live, and I got connected with her on that conversation yesterday. And how is the divine synchronicity that we are going to be working together now? So it was just blessings from the universe, the whole conversation that I had yesterday, and lots of sharing. Her experiences were also really amazing to know because she's also on a raw living journey, and she's healed a lot of her problems through changing of food. So
Mhm.
it was amazing.
Beautiful, beautiful. What do you feel was one of your favorite highlights from the conversation and that collaboration you had together?
Well, the first one, as I said, is Karuna, of course, because I like connected with her today and it was really beautiful and she's saying hello also. And other than that, I would say just to like, she just recently moved into more fruitarian and raw vegan lifestyle. So she was high raw vegan and then she tried for 2 months. She only was only on fruits and she healed her eyesight. Her inflammation reduced. I think on the 11th day of her fruits, her eyesight's like improved a lot. And I was like, oh my God. And then she said when she started incorporating cooked foods, it went back. So
Mm.
the transformation that she's going through, and she was talking about like, I think she's getting into the light body. I could feel it that there's a huge transformation. And then she was talking about how she's starting her community, and I could just feel her vibrations have changed so much because she's changed her food, and that is majorly leaving salt,
Mm.
and going to the fruit diet. So
Okay. Okay. So it sounds like, it sounds like you could really relate to her transition, to her
yes,
transformation, yeah?
for sure. Yeah, I think that was like really, really like heartwarming for me to like see someone else also going through the same thing that I went through, and just like reminding myself how my life has changed after changing my food.
Hmm. These are great reminders. I love when people can get together and share their stories because there's so much power in your story, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, stories have so much power. But I want to tell you once again, Jerome, you look so nice with that hairstyle. Wow, wow, looking great.
Appreciate you. Much love.
Yeah.
Thank
How
you.
have you been? You went for Vipassana, right?
Yes, that was an interesting experience, very eye-opening. I If I do another one of those, it might be after a while. I might wait on it for a little bit.
Wow.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to share about what have you experienced?
Yeah. I mean, what did you know about Vipassana? Have you done one yourself?
No, but I know about the meditation, like the Anapana meditation that they have, in which you observe, and I've done that,
Hmm.
and that was really nice. And I know that you go in silence in Vipassana meditation, and you're not supposed to have any exchange of anything and just be with yourself. You're not supposed to have any dancing or like even writing or anything. So, uh, yeah, would you like to share with the audience what is it
Yeah.
that Vipassana meditation is, and then we can go and have the experience. So, we also have some questions. So, Shweta, we will take the questions at the end of the chat.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Already got questions. Shoot, people they got energy in here.
Uh,
Oh,
yes.
man, I just always love the expand love community. They show love on here for sure, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God. Thank you.
So
Yes. Thank you
just
to
like
the community.
say again.
I said thank you to the
Hmm.
community.
Hmm. Yes, and just like you say, Kartika, when I was there, it was no talking, no physical touch of any kind. Like you said, no dancing, no music, no playing of any instruments. There was no entertainment. We turned in our cell phones, so there was nothing like that, no technology. And there was also no sexual misconduct of any kind. So they separated the females from the males. So the women were over there, the men were over there, you know? And so we
Yeah.
had tea time to ourselves, and everything was in silence, you know, for the whole 10 days. And it was like 10 hours of meditation a day for 10 days, just sitting, sitting. And like you said, with the Anapana, we did the focus, you know, on the breath around that area for like 3 days. And then on day 4, we transitioned into Vipassana, where we did like a full body scan of the body. So we would scan the whole body, and we would focus on, you know, just being with the sensations. Whatever sensations would come up, what sensations would go out, we would just sit with it and just be there, allow it to be there, you know? And so we were training ourselves to not have the attraction to the good sensations, but also not to have the aversion to the bad sensations, you know, or to what we attributed as bad in the mind. So we were like reprogramming that in a way, kind of tweaking the mind program that says, oh, I don't like this, but I do like that. We were just trying to be in the middle to remain equanimous with it all. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So in the state of just observing.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. I so there are different ways of being, right? One is that you give focus to something and then it grows. And then one is where you observe, right? How would you define different kinds of meditation? Probably we can have a discussion on that.
Well, there are so many kinds. I mean, it's like, take your pick, you know, it's just like there's so many kinds of different things to drink, different things to eat, different things to select. There's so many different meditations. It's like, which one do you like? You know, which one, you know, take your fancy. So just like there's different dances, right? You got your ecstatic dance, you got your bachata, you got the samba, you got your, you know, salsa, you got your reggae, you got the R&B, hip hop, you know, you got your jazz, you got your ballet. There's all sorts of meditations. So I feel like observing the sensations, they say how we do anything is how we do everything. So if you can be in an equanimous state, in a state of equanimity where you're not affected either or on either side of the fence for when things come up in the body. When we started doing this thing called aditana, and they were telling us these Pali words, right? So aditana was the sitting of strong determination, where it's like you don't move for the entire hour, you don't move a muscle, you just sit there. And that was teaching you that when life squeezes you, just like orange juice, right? When you squeeze an orange, what comes out?
Juice.
Yeah, but not just juice. What comes out when you squeeze the orange?
Pulp. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Orange juice. Orange juice.
Orange
Right?
juice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What comes out when you squeeze a grape? You
Grape
know?
juice.
Grape juice, right?
Yeah.
You know, but has anyone ever squeezed an orange and got apple juice?
No.
Has anyone ever squeezed a grape and got pineapple juice?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not an apple.
Because that's not what's inside. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, what comes out is what's inside. Right? So,
Yeah.
like, when life squeezes you, when a test squeezes you, when stress squeezes you, if you have anger in you, if you have sadness in you, if you have suffering in you, if you have all these things within you, what comes out is what's inside. You know, if you have love in you, if you have happiness in you, what comes out is what's inside. So I see you as a perfect example for that, Kartika, because it seems like you always see the bright side of things. You know, you're always manifesting miracles, and you're open to always.
Yeah, yes, I do feel like that, and more so like these days, my life has shifted a lot. I'm traveling now, and I feel so free and alive, and I've kind of upgraded my relationships. So I'm just like, yeah, like so free to be who I am. I think there was a little bit of like, pull from like something that was keeping me a little bit, I wouldn't say a little bit back, but in a different state. It's like I've taken a step further. That's how I want to put it. So it was not backward, but now I'm a little bit further, ahead in the journey. And yeah, just now I just had an experience with a dog. I was coming inside and I was trying to get in, and this really loving dog came and he's like, hey, you're back. But I was kind of concerned that the dog would go out if I opened the door, and so I spilled this papaya that I had, because I was trying to like make sure that the dog doesn't go out and the door is open. I was like a little bit hassled, and I got a little bit pissed, and I was like, no, how can I be pissed at this like loving being? I just need to allow this energy to go. And like, life is so full of miracles. How can I? It's like you block yourself, and every time you go into these energies, and I was like, it's my fault. I should be careful of my own vibration. I could have just calmed down and then opened the door. And so, yeah, it's nice that more and more I'm moving into this like consistent states of being just like, I'm open and I don't want to get into any lower vibration. So
Yeah.
for sure, I feel more open to life.
I can feel that coming from you. You know, it's that wave of energy. Like, what do you feel was that little thing that needed that adjustment? Like, what was that little thing that you feel was holding you there?
Well, wow. Now this is a very personal question. I don't know if I would like to like say it aloud, but maybe I could just say it. Like, I could say I was stopping myself to be my highest self, because I was serving other people's needs around me, and I was not aware of it, and I was thinking I was really serving them, but I was serving no one. I was just kept keeping myself from being my, from my authentic self. Yeah. So basically, um, these beautiful beings who were around me where I was living, like, they're so amazing. I was kind of like uh, uh, taking my life forward, thinking that I also have to take their life forward. So taking responsibility for them as well in a lot of ways, and not allowing my authentic self to, just a little bit, like 99%, 95%, I was there doing everything, being myself, but 5%, there was someone else's life also that I was running. And so just I upgraded my relationship with them, and I was like, hey, we need to like be more loving towards each other. And I think that can only happen if we now kind of like follow more of our individual
Mm.
callings, you know? So that's what I did. And universe is so beautiful. It's like if you say yes to life, it just gives you back. So it's like it's an upgrade in the relationship that has happened now. And it's because I don't know if it makes sense. Does it?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And,
Tho-
and what
yeah.
a revelation, to be able to have that revelation for yourself and to upgrade your relationship in that way. When you say that, yourself and your authentic self, what does the authentic Kartika look like? Like, what does your authentic self look like to you?
Well, it would be the child inside me. It would be the one who's like so open to life and like miracles and just is in a vibration of love and like is thriving and is full of joy. I think that is the authentic self.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
is how I experience it. Yeah, and I think the authentic self feels infinite and it feels eternal and it feels very loving for sure. It's like the heart is so open, I think, and yeah, it's kind of untouched from things because it is so embedded in the truth of like the divinity that we are.
So it's embedded in the truth of divinity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, that's how I experience it. It's like it can see that the life is a gift, and that that everything that is happening is just a process of evolution, and yeah, it's that infinite consciousness that is the authentic self. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for that explanation, Thank you for that. And really just, I enjoyed that beautiful technique. It was like a method that you gave us on your story where you said, okay, put yourself in a blissful state, project yourself like 5 years from now. It was almost like reverse engineering, 5 years from now, and say you're feeling this, you're feeling like all those feel good feelings. How did you get there? You know? How did you get there? Where did you come up with that?
No. Okay, I should show you the book. I should give the credit to Deepak Chopra, and it's Synchrodestiny. Uh, yeah, just started reading this book in the morning, and then I was just so blown away because actually I'm experiencing a lot of synchronicities, and this book is about like I've experienced so many miracles in the last 1 month. It's like day on day on day, gifts and miracles and gifts and miracles, and I'm like so blown away. And I want to really like understand, right, because I think here in this book he talks about harnessing the infinite power of coincidences to create miracles. So it's happening, and I kind of know it's because I'm so open, and like that last, thing that I had to move has moved, and I'm like really like able to tune in every day to like higher vibrations, and so I'm like experiencing miracles. But I really want to know what he has to say about them because I really want to thicken this quality and this energy in my life. So yes.
I love that. Harnessing the power of miracles. And when you're talking about like coincidences, I love that word lately because someone was telling me, when you think of geometry or geometric shapes, angles, like a coincidence is like two things that coincide. They coincide, so they came together. So it's like, oh, it is a coincidence because they're coinciding. It's like, oh, they came together. So when you talk about the miracles that have been happening even in the last month, like what is one of the significant miracles you feel like has happened that you couldn't have even imagined?
Okay, so I was trying to connect with this really big, what do you call it, organization that is working on like body and transforming people's body. And I connected with them a few times, but it just, didn't happen. They have like 5 million YouTube followers. They're called Sattvic Movement in India. And I came to Auroville, and I was just in this like really beautiful energy, and I was really I have been gifted with this beautiful, most amazing permaculture farm, which is there in Auroville. I think it's one of the best permaculture farms in India, as far as I know. And this guy, he's called Krishna McKenzie. He's my mentor now because I'm working so closely with him. And this was also a gift. It just happened so that one of my friend whom I had met only once, they just took me there, and he was like, yeah, I would love to have you. So now we're organizing a festival, which is on the 23rd. And then I was just like learning with him. And in the same space, these people from Southwick movement came. And it's like you've been like kind of like thinking, oh, I would like to be a part of like what they're doing, and you just meet them there, and then we all three of us started working together, and I was like, wow, and it was so organic. And I was like, yeah, this is how it's supposed to be, you know? It's like, this is what I should be stepping into in myself so that I can attract. So I think it really comes from like being tuned in as the Abrahamics, you know, I'm still learning, I would say, so many things. But as Abraham Hicks teaches, it's like tuning in every day, you know? So basically, keeping your heart open and just being a child. I don't know. Yeah,
That childlike energy, you know, that sense of childlike wonder, that constant curiosity for living, that just being open to whatever happens. You would say that the heart, keeping the heart open, is a large part of that?
for sure. I think that's one of the most important parts. I think I don't know. At least for me in life, my greatest driver has been just learning each day how to love a little bit more. Myself as everything, as one as well as everything else in the planet, and I think that is the most rewarding thing that I have experienced in life. Yes.
Wow. So just learning how to love a little bit more, you know, just a little bit more consistently. I don't know if I've ever heard from you, but where did Expand Love come from? Like, where did the name come to you?
Oh, wow. That's such a beautiful question to ask. Thank you so much for asking. It's so close to my heart. I was living in Vietnam and I had this like desire to like basically give back to the world. And I was not so aware like as much as I am now, and I feel that the awareness keeps increasing and increasing, and I have no idea how far it could go. But I was certainly less aware at that time, and I was moving more and more into basically loving myself. That was the focus of my life, and every time I would feel this energy of feeling good or just feeling okay, like, you know, that I'm in the right place, or I felt like expansion, you know. So that's how I felt it. It was so subconscious. And so I was juice fasting for 60 days. And I was like, I have to make a YouTube channel. And I really want to express this creative flow that is coming out. And I wanted to like make the channel for animals, and I wanted it to be for veganism. And I was like, okay, what name do I give it? And I was like, if I really don't want to get stuck with like all these things where I'm just you know, thinking about name for 5 days, brainstorming. I just want to get started because, you know, initiation of something is so important. And all of the names and all, they don't, I mean, they have value for sure, but the work is more important. And so I had two feelings in myself, which is expansion. Another one was love. So I just named it Expand Love, you know. So that was the driver. And I think love, as I said, love has given me so much. It's like every time I have decided to choose love in a situation, the reward has been so big. It's like, and sometimes I see it like few years later. So love is everything. Love
Yes,
is who we are.
yes, I agree. You know, beautiful. Thank you for sharing with us like how it came into being, you know, how it came about and how it was birthed. You know, Expand Love. That name has such a vibration. You know, those two words together is endless, you know, limitless, it's boundless. Expand Love. And oh man, you know, just thank you so much just for being in service and for creating that, because I feel like it is constantly expanding, and we do see people are all affected by what you've collected. You know, thank you, thank
Oh,
you.
oh my God. Oh my God. Everyone's getting affected by what we collected.
Yeah, and what you
Beautiful,
projected and
beautiful.
what you collected. You know. Yeah.
Oh my God, the way you affected this conversation makes me feel so reflected.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So leading with that vibration of expand love and that continuous expansion, but keeping it heart centered, how do you feel like this has been a catalyst? Like, what do you feel has been your mission for expand love? Like, what is the mission, if you could call it?
Yeah. Well, there are two taglines that I came up with for Expand Love. Number one is eat clean, and then the second one is up your vibrations. So I resonate so much with like up your vibrations, but sometimes I feel that people need something tangible, and somehow I have been gifted with this lifestyle of like fruitarianism and raw vegan and moving more and more into like pranic, living. So I think this is a gift that I did not choose in this lifetime to give, but like somewhere I chose it. So that's why I write Eat Clean, because it really brings a huge difference in like, and it's so tangible to do. We have so much control over it, because if I tell somebody, hey, you love, they're like, okay, I have a partner, I love them. Like, no, it's a feeling, it's the vibration that makes your heart open. Okay. you know so like if you start talking about vibrations, a lot of people would not be able to resonate, but I think food is such a great tool to like basically up your vibration. So like, I mean, the essence of what I want to do with Expand Love is basically remind people who they are. So basically resonate with their true essence. But I think the tools are like food, as well as, reprogramming the mind. So yeah, and then essentially what happens is the vibrations go up, and that is our true essence, the alignment. But basically, just really what I want to remind everyone is their inner power, who they are. So one step at a time to be able to, yeah, experience that.
Hmm. Hmm. Reminding us who we are. So it kind of goes back to the authentic self,
Yeah.
who you are. Yeah. Yeah. Reminding,
Yes.
reminding us. Yes. Wow. Wow. That's powerful. You know, it's powerful for people to really be reminded of who they are, come back to who they are. And you say that it may have been in other lifetimes that this path came to you.
Uh, yes, I think before we come to this planet, we already choose what we have come for. It's like, I'm reading this book, and it's talking about like how there is a plan for us, which is already there. And more and more, I'm just kind of realizing that it's either we are doing or it's happening is the same thing. And everything is always in like, how can universe make mistakes? So it's like everything is always in place, and slowly we're just able to see the truth in everything you know
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know,
So everything
like,
being in place and seeing the truth of it all, and understanding that it's always aligned, it's always divine. What do you feel that you've seen in your experience would be the difference between synchronicity and synchrodestiny? You know?
wow, that you have to answer. uh wow, that's a very beautiful question. I don't know this book. It just this was a synchronicity, which is probably leading me to my synchro destiny.
Aha!
Yeah, I think, yeah. So I think synchronicity is, I don't know yet. I'm just answering this right now. But synchronicity is when you are getting to know, and like you just see it here and there. But when all the synchronicities come together, then it's like, wow, this was my destiny. I think. I don't know.
I love it. I love it. See, Kartika, I love how you give us your realizations in real time. You
Oh,
know? you like actually think about it, you piece it together and you formulate it in front of us right here, right now. You're like, you know what? I think it's like this. It sounds like that, you know? So it sounds like following the breadcrumbs of your synchronicity will lead you to your synchrodestiny.
Yeah. Yes.
You're,
Yes. What would you say? What would you
you're
say?
so you're already doing it. You know, we're doing it now. This is part of our synchrodestiny. Like we're intertwined together, the synchronicities that have already happened to bring us together. I mean, like the way that we found each other, you know? What would you call that?
Yeah, for sure. It's a synchronicity leading to synchrodestiny. Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Wow, wow. And wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much for like making me feel. And I always feel that you put the spotlight on the other person giving attention. So I feel I want to put that spotlight on you, asking you about this question of how is your salt journey going
My
on?
what journey?
Salt
Oh,
journey.
oh, okay. So it has
Yeah.
definitely going on, you know, and thank you once again for helping me with that. You know, I want to let everybody know that Kartika has been like an awesome, awesome, just an example. You've been an example for me to
Oh,
that, like they say, that's the way you spell leader, you know? So leaders create leaders in that way, and the true leadership is empowerment. So with your videos that you put up on how you overcame salt, you know, that addiction and that affliction that has so many people and has had me for so many years, definitely I when I watched that and I watched it again and I watched it again, and then we did our live together breaking down the list of all the things like why salt is should not be on the menu, and then watching that again, you know. So it really started to get me more in line and reshape my mind around it. But I feel like I still need more, you know. There's still
okay.
more that needs to be done. So yeah, the that saltiness, oh man, it's like you said in your video, it's there's so many things, it's so tempting, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah.
But it just takes a little bit of time to stay off it, and that staying off can be like uh, a little bit shock and a little bit, um, difficult. But then once you get used to it, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then maybe a little bit you can take here and there. I am that personality that I can take a little bit and then stay off things. So I think yeah, but how many times are you having it? What is your journey right now?
Yes. So I'm not having it at the moment, but it's still
Yeah.
on my mind because you know when I had it like let's see a week ago, it, it's like the seasoning that you put on, it's still liquid, but it's like having salt in liquid form because there's salt in everything, you know.
Yes. Mm.
So even like the vegetable broth or you know any kind of soups, there's still salt in it. So when you have it, even though it's liquid, the next day you have the puffiness, you have the inflammation, you have the all the your body is like your number one accountability partner, showing you that you no longer need this in the vessel.
Yeah.
You've ascended beyond vibration. So that's been a great teacher for me to see, you know, just to look at myself and see, okay, Jerome, like you're past this. We don't need this anymore. You know, what do you want more? You know, what would you like to experience more of? These miracles, this energy, you know, this vibrancy, this vitality, or do you want this taste, the sensuality, the saltiness, the you know, you know,
Wow.
yeah. So it's like weighing the two, you know, putting it on the scale and letting that be the tail.
Yeah. I also think it's a lot about just allowing it to like wash away on its own,
Mm-hmm.
than like really going after it to like to go away. I think it's nice to like, okay, now I feel like eating it and just accepting it and being like, sure, and then giving that space to yourself, and then you're like, okay, I'm done,
Mm.
like that.
Mm.
Because otherwise we still have desires that are left, and we need to make sure that they are very lovingly fulfilled, and then we're like, okay, we don't want to do it because we see how it is. I think the space of love that we can give to the saltiness, the sweetness to the saltiness should be a good driver.
Okay.
Also, there is this thing, spirulina.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, and I actually did not use it before, but it is salty, but it's not addictive at all. Like when I got to try it here in Oroville where I am. They have a spirulina farm, and they have fresh spirulina. And then I had it, and I was like, whoa, this is soft. But it's not. It's like it's so nice on the body. It's like it's almost like the difference between peyote and LSD.
It's like that.
Yeah, it's like plant-based and chemicals.
Wait, it's like plant-based LSD?
Well, peyote seems like plant-based
Okay,
LSD.
okay.
Yeah,
But spirulina though.
spirulina is plant-based salt, you can say. So it's like it's so nice when you eat it. It's like soft and it doesn't give you this feeling like whoa stimulation, but it's like it's and you taste the salt. It's like really soft to eat also. Yeah. So you could try to find spirulina around and maybe replace
Yeah,
it.
there's a green juice that I enjoy that has that spirulina in there. So yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So you can buy a lot of spirulina, and maybe once in a while, just whenever you feel like having salt, you can put it in the food
Wow.
uh,
Well,
instead of salt.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, these little tricks of the trade that you have, these little tools, these tips and tricks, you know? Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, and then maybe you could also put in a tape saying every morning and every night, saying that I am nourished by, I don't know. I don't know if it would be good to say I'm salt free because then the focus will go on salt.
Right.
But this reprogramming, I think, helps a lot, wherein you could say, tell me, how could we put it if you had to get free of salt?
Hmm.
Now I put only things that are nourishing for my
So the
body. And
focus is on nourishment. Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. So you can be like, now I am yeah, I'm very aware and consuming only the things that nourish my body.
Yes. Now, the great idea. Did you do that? Like, make your own affirmations? Did you record your voice like that?
Oh yeah, I have a dream recording that I played before I experienced my miracles. I played those miracles in my recordings, and lots of things manifested. And I did it for like not so long. I didn't do it for too long, and so many things manifested very fast.
Wow. How do you figure that happened? Because is there some sort of trigger that you figure is by our voice, by listening to ourselves saying things?
For sure, because it's like we know what are our true callings and our desires, the true ones, and then you can write them down, and every time like I don't know if it's to do with the voice, your own voice, there must be, but these desires are so close to what we truly want, and it's all about just reminding ourselves and tuning ourselves to that. So, I mean, I have a question for you actually, which is, would you think that these things would happen even without the tape? Because that is my path, or am I choosing my reality?
So yeah, synchrodestiny, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, on the
Yes.
on the one hand, you can say that, everything is a factor. These things factor in. So we can speak affirmations We can hear affirmations. We can write affirmations. But one of my mentors, her name is Raki Chari, she doesn't do any of that. She
Yeah.
just believes, she just knows it's hers already. You know,
Yeah.
she's just
Yeah.
with the universe. She just understands the universe has her back, just like you know? And she just lives like that. She moves like that. She breathes like that. She grooves like that. And the world responds. I mean, I've witnessed incredible things happen in her life. And it's like she doesn't have to do any of the methods, the techniques. It's just all in her reality because that is her reality.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. This is the journey.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it's like, you
Yes.
know, we each have tools. Like something that could help somebody else doesn't necessarily mean that, you know,
Yeah.
that you don't need it. You know, it's a tool. Just like, okay, if somebody has a ladder in their shed or in their garage, you know, they have a ladder in there. They don't need it. It's a tool, but they don't need it right now. They're not using it. Well, now somebody who's down in a ditch, you know, who's stuck
Yeah.
in a hole, they might need that, you know,
Yeah.
climb
Yeah.
out of the hole, right?
Yes.
So it's like one
Yes.
person is not using it, they have it, but the other person, they need it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. Yes. Wait, my phone's battery. Just one second. Yeah, for sure. We need yeah. So yeah, I think it's like the more and more we move into our truths, probably those tools are not required,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So once you've tapped into your synchro destiny, then the then the synchronicities stop because you are all everything is synchronized, right? Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
How how are you living your life? Are you also like manifesting and like just in that space of stepping into miracles and miracles and miracles and like really in that space?
I feel that way, you know? I feel like even this conversation is a manifestation, you
Yeah,
know? And
yes.
each time we come together, I'm reminded of that because you're so good at giving us these reminders. I was saying a lot of affirmations during my Vipassana, but I was saying them in my mind because we couldn't speak out loud. So I was saying things that were in terms of like chronic living. So I had a whole list of chronic living affirmations that I would speak on rotation, you know, the constant recitation of all that information like food, you know, and that was what I was feeding my mind. So that
Wow.
was one of the things that got me through that time. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, so beautiful. Yes, and what about like did you finish that book on aura that you were reading at that point?
Which
Remember the book on seeing auras?
oh, so I haven't finished that one yet. Was it the one that I sent you? Yeah, I sent you that one. No, not yet. But I was doing some practice. I was practicing mirror gazing and I was looking at my own aura. Sometimes I would people watch and I would look at other people's auras. And I feel like I've gotten better at it. Like you see a silvery thread. I mean, you see auras?
No, I would love to, but like I basically started the book and I stopped thinking that my friend is gonna arrive and I would like to do the experiments on him because I was like, what's the point reading if I can't do it, you know? So I started with that silvery thing and I think I can
Yeah.
see that. Like that's pretty, yeah, but that's it.
Yeah, that's the beginning. You
Yeah,
know, you can even practice on your own hand. You can look at your hand. You know, if you're anywhere, you're waiting in line, you're not doing anything, you can just look at yourself and just kind of gaze a little beyond it. Like you're looking past it. You're not really
yeah,
looking at it, but you're looking
yeah,
over it and you can start to see it appear, you know?
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I do see it like a thin line, no?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
just
And
in
we
here.
can even see it on camera. You know, if you continue to hold your hand up like that, somebody could look at your aura right there, you know?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see it through the technology.
But how would you know if you're seeing the right thing? I don't know.
Well, somebody once told me, Kartika, and I know that you've probably heard this, but faith is like an acronym, you know?
Yeah.
Faith is like following all in thy heart.
Yeah.
And when you have
Wow.
faith, you know, you're not counting on that, you know, that mental mind that wants to analyze, that wants to
Wow.
be logical, that wants to be like, oh, rational about this. Why be so rational? Why be so serious? Why not embrace what we're seeing? You
Yeah.
know, could it be when?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Spot on. Thank you for reminding. So how did you say it? You said faith is when you just listen to your heart. Did you say that?
So faith is an acronym for following all in thy heart. Yeah.
Following all in that. Oh,
Yeah.
really? Is it?
Yes.
Oh my God. I had no idea that there's an acronym, that faith is an acronym. Oh my God. Wow. But
Yes. Hmm.
is it? Oh my, is it really?
Yes.
I thought it's just a word.
Well, it,
Thank you.
we are just saying words, but you have meaning to the words that you're speaking, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just blah, 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 you know? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like you can
Yeah.
understand, and that's when it clicks. Like one of the things I enjoy most about you is that when something clicks inside you, Kartika, the moment it clicks, we see it click. You know, we see your face change. You get that facial expression. You know, you get those moments where you're like, you know, like you it clicks, right? But if you,
I
but it,
know I'm like this child,
yeah,
not hiding it. It's like, who cares?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it means to be childlike. You know, to allow yourself to be taken on a whimsical ride of wonder.
Yeah. I know I gave that expression. I was like, oh shit, it's there again. But when I was in college, and I would just like look at people, like the response that I would get from my friends would be like, oh, you're so vain. And I was like, what does that mean?
They would say, so what?
You're so vain and empty. Are you dumb or something? I was like, no, just I'm just like, observing and just like awed by things. But yeah, it's interesting how people, especially in college, I think I went from a small town to a big town to study, actually, the capital of India to study. And I think there's less love in big cities, and, people are judging. And I was just like, people making fun of me and not even realizing that people are making fun of me. So yeah, it's always an interesting, you know, journey when we are growing up as teenagers, the things that we go through. Yeah, but it was beautiful. It was so amazing. I had a really good college life.
See, just that right there, just that, what you just said, you know, that's so you, that's so Kartika. Like, oh, it was dirty, you know, they were all making fun of me, but I enjoyed my time. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a saying, Kartika. It says that the rainbow is in the eye and not in the sky.
Wow.
Like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So when you're looking around in constant bewilderment, you're just like, oh my gosh, you know, like look at all this beauty around me, but others can't see it. You know, sometimes people can't see it, you know, but you
And
see
then,
it.
uh, so as he said, that beauty was in the eyes of the beholder, and he told her that you are the holder.
Hey! Hey.
of the oh my God, you have to come in here. You're the holder of the spirit boulder. So go a little bit and fold. I don't know. Okay, okay, understand. Boulder, boulder, folder, folder, and open the folder.
Hey, and
Which
put a dip in your shoulder.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, poetry. I forgot a little bit in between when you were not there. I was thinking without it.
What?
And now you're here.
When will we get Kartika's poetry book? When is it coming out?
Oh my God. Wow, that's a really beautiful idea. I've been thinking so much about writing poetry, just writing a book actually, and I was like, what should I write? I really feel like writing a book, but what should I write? I think when I'm more in my synchrodestiny, when I'm synchronized, I'm like rooted in my synchrodestiny, and then I can channel and write.
And
Yeah,
when do you suppose that might be?
tomorrow. but or maybe in the evening, just after this,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe right now.
Mm-hmm.
My God! Oh my God! Oh my God! This is a good one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm showered in your love. Oh my God. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful.
It's a reflection, Kartika. You know, you give us so much, and we thank you. You know,
Oh,
thank you.
oh, oh. No, I could say thank you. So since it's around 8:30 again, I would like you to tell everyone and put this in this space here that how is it that they can be showered in your love more and more, and how is it that they can contact you and be a part of your light and community and everything that you have to offer.
Oh,
And
bless.
where can they find you also? Yes.
Blessings. Yeah, you can find me, everything that I have, everything I'm about, just by clicking my name, going to @JRomeShaw here on Instagram. And if you want to continue to be showered in love, just tune in to me and Kartika whenever we go live. The
Uh,
tribe. Yeah. Yeah.
oh, wow. Every time we go live, because the vibe attracts the tribe. Oh my God.
You got
So come in Jerome's light because he shines so bright.
it.
Oh my God. I think this light bright thing, I'm always going on it. But yeah. What is your next project? What is it that you're offering to the world now?
I'm still offering the same one that we were talking on the last time. So it's still patreon.com/pranic path. So people who are practitioners or who just want to learn more about pranic living, I'm continuing to cultivate that conscious contact, you know? So yeah, that will be the website.
Yeah, I love how you put it. I'm cultivating that conscious contact.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, so beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Thank you for showing so much light on my path and, uh, showing, I think your light has been very powerful on my path and it just takes me up and up and up and I'm like, yeah, this bro is super awesome.
Wow.
He's really like helping me flower up. So thank you so much. You've been part of this journey of evolution, and I'm so grateful for your presence. Like I cannot say it enough. Like from that part of the world, I feel your conscious touch, that you do, and yeah, and I feel very grateful that I'm able to expand myself to be so open and to receiving that you share. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. Blessings, Kartika. Dhanyavad. Dhanyavad, thank you so much. From where I'm standing, we're both expanding,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Wow, wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again. And we will meet probably in 2 weeks again at the same time, 7:30. So do get in touch with Jerome if you are looking for some conscious touch. And as I can say, even from such a big distance, he has expanded my life and given so much love from where he is and helped me evolve and evolve through his energy. And that is something that you can experience as well. So get in touch with him, everyone. And lots of love, Jerome. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being who you are. And thank you for your light.
Namaste. Take care. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.